Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Everyday Cap for the Everyday Guys. So today we bring you another holster review and we're going to be having a look at the Tenicor Velo holster. Now you're probably just beginning to see that there is one super particular fancy deal with this holster. Actually, the more I get into this video, you're going to see there are quite a few very fancy things and very intelligent things about this holster. But the feature that does stand out the most is their concealment wedge and the way it is designed. So before we go further, let me just let you know this wedge on this holster is the best I've ever felt and the best I've ever tried of all the holsters I have with concealment wedges, which actually aren't many, but this one is the best. And there are some very particular reasons. So before I get into the holster, let me give you a bit of background about Tenicor. They are actually a group of instructors, and from what I understand, don't quote me on this, is just what I've been able to find on social media, and they sort of put their brains together and came up with this holster. And you really do understand where they are coming from and that they do have firearms training knowledge, because their designs and the features in this holster are extremely well thought out. It's definitely not just someone that thought they're going to start making holsters and put this together. There's a lot of mechanics, a lot of engineering, and a lot of physics that go into this holster that make it as awesome as it is. The awesome thing about this is that it is available in South Africa, and the first 10 or so orders from moment or from time of release of this video are going to get a few $100 off their order. If you are interested, now is the time. It's available from a company called Rocksteady Gear. I'll leave their Facebook details down below. You can contact them through their Facebook channels. I'm going to be doing the review in my usual concealment, comfortability, and retention, and then special features. If nothing else, stay tuned for the special features aspect of this video, because it is the most important. I'll leave the link to the time over here below so you can forward to that if you don't care about anything else. Guys, as always, I review holsters with a mag in the firearm. The mag is safe and the firearm is empty and safe. It will remain so throughout the video, so don't stress about that. Let's get to concealment, comfortability, and retention. Okay guys, so let's start off with concealment, and as always, I pretty much always get good concealment with appendix holsters because my body style and body shape just suits it. Flat tummy, fairly athletic build, so I am able to get away with most appendix style holsters. This one though is a bit different because it does tuck in at just the right amount. That wedge in conjunction with that concealment bar tucks it into your body just perfectly, so you get hyper concealment with really good comfort. And as you can see, I'm running sort of a flat setup here. There's no cant to the firearm, which does always help with that 3-finger grip to have a nice sort of flat, more ergonomic style of accessing your firearm. On the comfort side, again, very, very impressive. That wedge keeps the holster away from your body. It keeps the front of the holster away from your body, so you can bend all the way down, come all the way back up, and you don't feel any difference in the amount of holster contact there is. Retention, what I like about this retention is it's got a nice sort of pull. As you can see, there is a bit there where it doesn't come out too easily, but when it does release, it slides out very easily. And that's kind of where I want my retention to be. I want a little tug and then a frictionless release. That kind of helps me with my draw. I don't like holsters that are too tight, because then you get like a jerky draw out of the holster, and that affects my draw stroke and my presentation and all those sort of things. So concealment, comfortability, and retention. As I said, I pretty much always get good concealment because of my body shape. Comfortability is very high on this holster because so little of the holster touches your body, and that concealment bar just helps twist it enough so that the flat surface of the wedge touches your body, which is kind of what you're going for. And then on the retention side of things, as I said, very, very nice positive click retention. Not too tight, not too loose, exactly where you would want it. So let's bring it in close and we'll talk about some special features. There are quite a few special features about this guy. Let's get to special features, and there are plenty, so I'm going to have to go through this quite quickly. This video is going to be quite long. I will throw in close-ups where I feel necessary. Let's start off on the front and work our way around the back. Firstly, these clips are not plastic, they are spring steel clips, and they have on the inside, I'll have to put the close-up in for this, a like reverse grip tooth type situation, to where if you put this on correctly, I'm gonna go ahead and say there's 100% chance it can't come off your belt. That's my opinion, but even putting this on is a task. Like, these clips are really solid, really grippy. You can almost not even wear a belt with these clips. Now, I don't recommend it. I'm just saying I've tried it in testing, and you can pretty much get away with running this without a belt. That's how grippy that rearward facing tooth is. Please guys, never run your holster without a belt. I'm just using it as an example, so don't freak out. They are spring steel, which means they are ultra low profile. They are from this woodly angle, they are almost invisible. So you get massive concealment from your clips. To raise and lower the ride height is ultra easy. You just loosen these screws and there you go. It's pretty much as simple as that. I'm hoping I'm getting good light here, but that's how easy it is. You can also obviously adjust cant where you want. I've loosened this one now, so obviously you can see super easily movable. In the box, you do get everything you need to mount these clips. It comes with like 2 different sets of screws, some spacers, a few washers so that they don't move around. You also get Loctite. I'll show you everything that comes with the packaging if you do order a little later on. Obviously, as you can see, the holster is set up for a red dot, so you can pretty much run any red dot you want on here and it's gonna fit in quite nicely. You don't have to worry about that. It doesn't feature a claw as much as a concealment bar. It's a raised piece of Kydex molded into the actual design, and it's just big enough to affect the concealment wedge perfectly. Now, let's get to the concealment wedge and what this thing does. As you'll notice, there are multiple angles on this wedge, and I'm going to use my hand as a representation of your body so you can understand how this wedge works. So it's got a pointed section right here. I have to get that in the light, which nobody likes, and I can understand why nobody would like it. How that sits and how this works is as follows. You got the pointed edge, you got a raised angle over here, and then you've got that raised angle also angled thatwardly. So when you put the holster onto your body, initially it will sit like that. So you'd have that pointed edge against your body, which is no good. Obviously, then that edge would, when you put your belt on, tilt inwards. So now you got less of that pointed edge, but you still got this top edge against your body, which is also no good. Once you cinch down your belt, the concealment bar cams the holster into you and backwards. So now look what you've got. You've got the flat part of this wedge against the inside of your thigh. So it's this area here that actually touches your body. So it is extremely comfortable. Now this holster is for a Glock 19 or Glock 17. As you can see, there's some space over here, which ordinarily I wouldn't like. But on this works just fine because this section over here never touches your body. The holster is cammed away from your body. So pretty much only this rectangular, well, almost rectangular piece is what comes in contact with your body, and that's why you get that maximum comfortability. This holster doesn't sit sort of at 12 o'clock. It sort of moves over to 1 o'clock a bit to get that best comfort. And what you'll notice is that inner thigh, upper inner thigh groin area that God put there in order for concealed carriers to carry in the 1 o'clock appendix position. This sits perfectly in there and you get such a high level of comfort. It really, really is outstanding. If you do want to run soft loops, there are 3 holes on the top of the holster where you can run soft loops and you can adjust where you want them to sit. So they do give you 3 adjustment options. These clips also, guys, these are not just some made up clips by Tenicor. They are made by Discreet Carry Concepts in the US, who are kind of specialists in making these things. And I can tell you, I know I spoke about it earlier, but these are like solid beasts. Like if you put this on correctly, it does take you a moment, I have to be honest. It's not as simple as putting on your normal quick clip or something like that. But putting it on correctly, there's virtually no chance of this clip coming off. It's a very, very solid, very well designed clip. Okay, so just to show you what you get in the box, obviously you get your holster, you get these 2 clips with all the mounting brackets and all those things. You get some thread locker. This is the first holster I've ever seen that comes with this sort of thing. And that's where you get the idea that the people who designed this are serious guys who pretty much work in the firearm industry to be sending this along as well. That's very cool, and that's that forward thinking that people who operate in that industry have. You get a Tenicor sticker, that's worth its weight in gold. Obviously, stickers make things 10 times cooler. You get instructions on how to install the different things, as well as a little user manual with a lifetime warranty and that kind of thing. So guys, Tenicor Velo holster, this holster won last year's TriggerCon Golden Trigger Award, which is not something they give away for free. It's very good. It is available here in South Africa. Currently for pre-order, I'll leave links to Rocksteady Gear's Facebook page down below. Contact him and drive him crazy. Order one. If I were you, I'd order one as soon as possible because it's a very, very good holster. If you're running a firearm, a Glock 19 without a weapon light, then you can't really go wrong here. And I've tried most holsters that are in the country. As I said, I get good comfort levels, good concealment from most of my holsters because of my physique and my body type. But as I've outlined here, the features in this, just put it a cut above the rest. This is the most engineered concealment wedge I've seen so far. So that is it, guys. I hope I covered everything. If you have any questions, obviously chat to me down below. If you want to see more, subscribe. Guys, remember, I am still running the Leatherman Skeletal competition. Check it out. You can still enter as long as you're in South Africa, of course. And then I will see you guys for another review soon. Have a good week. Cheers, guys. God bless.